Dealing with what I assume to be a Chevy Aveo. It's got some EVAP problems, P0446. Let me go back and check my check engine light codes here just to be on the safe side. So yeah, P0446, P0171. So at the moment, I wound up going to look at live data, seeing what's going on with the fuel trims first. I want to add the main complaint was that when he go to put gas in the car, pull the trigger 100%, the trigger want to now disengage. So that's strange. Right now it's only taking away 7%. Before it was fluctuating pretty bad. Let me see if the EVAP purge valve is working. Yeah, it's working right now. I wonder if that purge valve is sticking periodically. But before I saw it was taking away 25%. Now it's not. It seems tend to have normalized. So I got it to do that thing again, and the engine's like, yeah, look at it, want to surge. I think I know what's going on. We might have a plug vent valve, but what I did was disconnected the purge valve, reconnected it, and then it started pulling vacuum. I wonder, let me see if I can do it again. I wonder if it's pulling so much vacuum that there's whatever's, yeah, look at it. Whatever's lodged or wedged is getting dislodged. And I wonder if we got a plug vent circuit, plug charcoal canister or something. So let me pull this off. If I pull it off and plug it as normal, so I know our problem's in the EVAP system. So I got my finger on it now on this plug, so it's going positive on the short term. Now the long term is going down, but let me plug it back in. See how it responds now. It's starting to pull vacuum. So the short term is going negative. I say we go to the vent valve and see if the thing works or not, if it's obstructed. But let me see if I have any function test in the scan tool for the EVAP system. There we go. So I'm in active test here, and I'm gonna go to EVAP purge seal. So let's see how this is gonna work. Controls the duty cycle of purge valve, and yeah, it's gonna automatically shut the vent valve off. So let's do this. We got our command state for the purge valve. Where's our fuel tank pressure? Fuel tank pressure here. And it's pretty high already as it is. Yeah, look at that. There's too much vacuum in here already as it is. So I think we need to go straight to that vent valve, wherever it resides. Let me do this. Let me pull off the purge valve vacuum line going to the tank, what I was pulling off before, and see what happens. Look at that, pressure's dropping. Cool. We're under the passenger side. Here's our charcoal canister, and I'm hoping that the vent valve is integrated in here. I don't see a wiring harness. I'm feeling around here. I don't feel anything. There you go. I found it. So this is me not knowing 100% of how the plumbing works. I'm going to formulate some sort of game plan that I'm going to execute, but logically I think we can leave all that stuff in the tank alone, because the pressure sensor reads and monitors the vacuum pressure. So we had about 28 inches of mercury pulling down on a system, so we can negate that. Our biggest focus is, well, is it going to be the vent valve that stopped up, which may be the cause, and this is the simplest, most easiest thing to go to, or the actual canister. So what I could do is disconnect the charcoal canister, because we could be dealing with some wiring problems depending on if it's constantly fed power and the ground side is short, and constantly keeping this closed, which I doubt, but I never know. But the first thing we could do is just simply disconnect this vent valve, being that it's extremely accessible. And once I figure out how to remove this, I will. So I did clean the area off a little bit with some brake cleaner, so I can have a decent area. Let's see if I can take this off. There we go. This capture, I know it's gonna look a little off, but so here we go. I can disconnect this, and then we'll pull it all the way out, and then we can simply bench test it by blowing through it, or just cranking it up and looking at the data. I think the easiest route is just to simply pull it off, look at the data, and see if it's still stopped up or not. Upside down. There we go. That's how you use that. So I can blow through this and see if it's stopped up or not, but I don't know its natural state. It does feel a little heavy. So what should happen, being that I took the vent valve out and this is the last spot before it evacuates out of here, because it has the vapors have to go through the charcoal canister, and this is the lock of the system. The vent valve is going to seal everything off. So logically, if being that I remove this, if the vacuum goes normal from the pressure, vacuum pressure from the tank, then this is the problem. If it stays deep in the vacuum, then we're going to have to look at this joker. Start it up. Probably not going to command anything, being that if there's a code, let me try. Okay, I'm going to force it. So the vacuum should be gone now because fuel tank pressure. So let's blow through it, because that was our problem. Let's see if it's clogged up. Knock something off. I'm going to blow through this and see if it's stopped up. Yeah, it is. Apply power to it and see if it functions, but it's definitely stopped up. I'd assume the natural state is to be open to the atmosphere, because the purge valve is what's going to monitor the amount of flow that the vacuum it decides to take in. If that make any sense? So the vapors go into the engine and get re-emitted and alter the fuel trims. Okay, through the purge valve. The vehicle knows how to monitor the purge valve based off of various sensors, such as oxygen sensors, fuel tank pressure sensors, etc. If this is stuck closed, which I'd imagine the static state should be open, and then when it commands it to be closed, it'll do it on command, then that's when the vehicle goes through its evap testing phase. This natural state shouldn't be closed, I'd imagine. But the next thing we should do, which would be the logical thing to do, put a test light in the place of this here, start the vehicle up, and do a command control, see what happens. Oh wow, I just got my stuff set up and it went through an integrity test when I flipped the key in the on position and when I came back to get out of the car. Let me do that. Let me cycle the key on and off and that'll explain everything. Shucks. I guess it got to be off for. I guess the vehicle got to be off for a certain amount of time to do it, but it did it. Trust me, bro. So what I'm gonna do? I have my. This is the load here. Powers and grounds. Oh gosh, this is all I'm doing. So when power get transferred to this test light that's simulating our vent valve, it should eliminate. I'm gonna go to a purge seal test. Press OK, should automatically seal this. Seal system. Cool. Look at that. It's working. So we pretty much just need a purge valve. This signifies that the circuit integrity is fine. The computer's working. Blew through the vent valve. It's clogged up. Need to replace the evap vent valve. Let me go to O'Reilly's. Y'all know I frequently patronize O'Reilly's. Here's the part number here, CVS32. I wound up going on rockauto.com and putting this part number here, and it came with the hose, but this one doesn't. So I can blow this one out and reuse this. It's just, oh wow. I'm directionally challenged. I said directionally, I'm visually challenged. I overlooked that. Wow. I can't believe I overlooked something so stupid. I would not have thought this would have been the problem, being that it was tucked in the vehicle. This is one of those moral dilemmas. Do you replace the part? Well, let me disconnect this hose first and then see if I can blow. So don't be mad at me, because I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to replace the hose and the evap vent valve. Let me blow through it. Yes. I can blow through it. Don't be mad at me. And this is solely due because of the age of it. I'm going to warranty it. It wasn't like I was wrong. I did find the obstruction. I just did not think it was going to be in this hose here. I did not think that. And you know what? Call me what you want. I'm gonna double down. I'm gonna replace this and the hose, put a brand new hose on it. You can call me whatever you want. I'm gonna remove clips and stuff. So no cheaper than what the vent valve was, I'm gonna be honest. That's why I'm just kind of gonna double down on this repair. I know I was wrong, but from the assessment costs to the physical repair, I mean, it seemed like it's just the best decision to make right now. Let's get this down here. It's just not worth the time of returning this item. So I got it. It's a pretty long. So I got it looped around here. And it's going right behind the bumper, right into the bumper bracket. It's sitting up here. So with some dirt up here, but
is higher and it's elevated. So all the dirt's gonna usually collect here, and that should be a better spot than sitting up here, I'd imagine. So it'll level out, and then it'll prevent water from accumulating up here and dirt, and then it'll do as it did before. So this should be a better spot, I'm assuming. At least the dirt don't have anywhere to funnel in the frame here into that vent valve hose, so we should be okay.
So I'm logged back into the test feature for the evap purge seal. So we're currently lingering at 0.27 millimeters of mercury. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna basically do the purge and seal. It should climb, which is great. We're gonna get close to about 28 millimeters of mercury, and then I'm gonna do a purge seal, and it should climb down real slow. And here we go. There we go. This is a good system here. Look how slow it's declining. As long as it don't rapidly decline, and we don't have any problems, this is pretty good here. So we're currently holding around 21 millimeters of mercury. Let it do its thing. I sit here and run off at the mouth and complain that I should have been a little bit more accurate about diagnosing this thing. I tell you what, where's that hose at? 60 seconds, and it's still slowly declining. It didn't take me long to find this hole, because I did lose it for a split second. I wonder how far this obstruction is. Let's cut it open. A little bit more in there. I wonder if that was all of it. Yeah, that was all of it. Just that little bit. Turn the battery off. Yeah, that was it. I hate that I missed something so stupid simple. But being that this part was so cheap, the hoses I had laying around, so it's all fixed and we're good to go. I just wish I was a little bit more detailed. Oh gosh. Look, this purge seal is still going on, and this is a good system. And it's at 14 millimeters of mercury. So that's pretty good right now. I hate that I feel guilty, but I'm gonna upload this video. I'm not gonna be like those guys, because I make mistakes. But we were there at it though. Give me credit for that at least. But if anything happened, I'll definitely update. Hit the link, subscribe to the channel, stay informed. Had a rich, that's my word. See you on next one.